The end of everything. Everything you know will disappear. The oceans, the continents, the earth itself, even the stars above us will eventually die. If we could watch the future of the universe unfold in fast motion, we would see civilizations vanish like dust, galaxies collide in silence, and the cosmos slowly descend into the darkness. This is not science fiction. This is the timeline of the future, and according to physics, it has already begun. Imagine watching the future of the universe in fast motion. Not days, not years, not centuries, but billions, trillions, and unimaginable ages passing in the blink of an eye. Cities rise and vanish. Oceans shift. Continents move. Stars are born, burn, and die. Galaxies collide in silence, and slowly everything humanity ever called permanent begins to fade. The strange thing about the future is that it feels unreal. We make plans for tomorrow, for next year, maybe for the next generation, but the universe moves on a timescale so enormous that all of humanity is only a brief flash of light in the dark. The future is not empty. It is already written into the laws of physics, into gravity, into stars, into heat, into time itself. The earth will not last forever. The sun will not shine forever. Even the stars themselves are temporary. This is not just a story about destruction. It is a story about scale, about how everything we know exists inside a universe that will continue changing long after humanity is gone. And if time could be accelerated, this is what the future might look like. First future is the one closest to us, and perhaps that's the most uncertain. Humanity stands at a strange point in history. We are powerful enough to reshape the planet, but not powerful enough to fully control it. We have built cities, satellites, machines, and digital networks stretching across the earth, yet we still live beneath the same sky as every civilization before us. In the coming centuries, Earth will continue to change. Coastlines will shift. Climate patterns will transform entire generations. Technology may carry humanity farther than ever before, perhaps to the moon, Mars, and beyond. If humanity survives its own mistakes, we may eventually become a species no longer tied to one world. But even if civilization lasts for millions of years, that is still only the beginning. Human history, no matter how dramatic it feels to us, is microscopic beside the lifespan of a star. Long after today's nations, languages, and cities disappear, Earth will still turn. The moon will continue drifting away. Continents will continue moving. Mountains will rise and erode. And above it all, the sun will continue aging. The sun appears stable from our perspective, but slowly, almost invisibly, it is changing. As it burns hydrogen deep within its core, it grows brighter over time. At first, the change is insignificant, but over immense timescales, slow changes become catastrophic. Hundreds of millions of years from now, the sun's increasing brightness may begin transforming Earth beyond recognition. The ocean could start evaporating. The atmosphere may become hostile to life. Temperatures could rise high enough to collapse ecosystems across the planet. The Earth that once held forests, rivers, cities, and civilizations may become dry, silent, and lifeless. And that is what makes the future so disturbing. Earth feels permanent, alive, stable, but life on this planet depends on an incredibly fragile balance. Change the sun enough, and that balance shatters. The end of Earth as a living world may arrive long before the sun itself dies. The planets may still exist, but the version of Earth we know, blue, wet, alive, will slowly disappear. Billions of years from now, the sun will approach the end of its stable life. The core will begin running out of fuel, and then everything changes. The sun will expand into a red giant. Its outer layers will swell outward through the solar system, growing so enormous that Mercury and Venus may be completely consumed. Earth's final fate remains uncertain in the details, but one thing is almost certain. It will no longer be a living world. The sky itself would burn. The sun would dominate everything, massive, violent, and impossible to escape. This is the moment the solar system becomes unrecognizable. The star that once created life becomes the force that destroys it. Eventually, the sun will shed its outer layers into space, leaving behind only a dense white dwarf, a fading stellar ember. The great star at the center of our world will shrink into darkness, and the age of sunlight will finally end. But the universe itself will continue. Across distant galaxies, stars will still burn for trillions of years. Some will die violently, a supernova. Others will collapse into neutron stars or black holes. Small red dwarf stars may outlive almost everything else in existence for an unimaginably long time. The cosmos will still have light, but even stars cannot live forever. Star formation depends on gas, dust, and usable material. Eventually, that material begins to disappear, and slowly, the universe grows darker. One by one, the stars fade out. Galaxies that once blazed with billions of suns become graveyards of dead stars, frozen planets and black holes drifting through silence. And the terrifying part is this: the universe does not need to rush. Time only needs to continue. Far in the future, the night sky would become almost unrecognizable. The stars above us today would all be gone. The Milky Way and Andromeda may eventually merge into one enormous galaxy, but even that galaxy will slowly fade with time. Bright stars die first, smaller stars fade later, white dwarfs cool into darkness, neutron stars grow cold. Entire planets may drift endlessly through space with no sunlight at all. Some worlds may even be thrown completely out of galaxies, wandering alone through the blackness forever. The universe will still exist, but it will no longer feel alive. Less light, less heat, less motion. And this leads to one of the most haunting ideas in modern science. The universe may not end in a violent explosion. It may simply fade away, slowly, quietly, endlessly. Eventually, black holes may become the last major structure left in existence. Formed from collapsed stars and galactic collisions, they could survive long after nearly everything else disappears. Black holes feel eternal. Nothing escapes them, not even light. But according to Stephen Hawking's theories, even black holes may slowly evaporate over unimaginable stretches of time through something called Hawking radiation. For supermassive black holes, this process would take lengths of time so enormous that human language barely has words for them. But if time stretches far enough, even black holes die, and the final flashes of energy released by dying black holes may become the last visible events in the entire universe. After that, the universe becomes almost impossible to imagine. No stars, no galaxies, no sunlight, no planets filled with life, only darkness. Then radiation, scattered particles, space continuing to expand forever. There may be no meaningful event left to measure time itself. No sunrise, no orbiting worlds, no civilizations, no sound. Just a universe stretched so thin and cold that motion becomes nearly indistinguishable from stillness. This is not the end in the way humans imagined endings. There may be no final explosions, no final moment, no curtain falling, only silence. A time lapse of the future forces us to confront something deeply uncomfortable. Everything is temporary. The earth is temporary. The sun is temporary. The stars are temporary. Even the brightest things in the universe are only passing moments on a long timeline. But strangely, there is beauty in that. We are living in the bright age of the universe, a rare moment when stars still shine, planets remain warm, and life has had the chance to open its eyes and wonder. Maybe that is what makes this era matter. Not because it lasts forever, but because it does not. One day the universe may become cold and silent, but right now there's still sunlight, there are still stars, and there is still time to look up.